Hello, welcome to Mother to Daughter. My mom's behind the camera, and I'm the daughter. I'm Judy, and we just wanted to show you guys how to make a simple, quick, easy, yummy flatbread that's only going to take a couple minutes for the actual making of the flatbread, but of course we got to do all the prep. So we're going to cook the vegetables now that go on top of the flatbread, and while they're cooking, we'll show you guys how to make the flatbread. So the first thing is we have mushrooms we're adding, and you can add whatever you want. The main part of this video is just to show you how easy making the flatbread is. But this is all the stuff that we want on top since we're going to be the ones eating it. I come here and there's like new tools every time I come visit, so I just get to use them. So that's that. We have 4 mushrooms in here. 2 were already done beforehand. Then we're going to slice up an onion with another fancy tool. What do we want? 1, 2, and 3 thickness. Some. Oh, okay. She said 2. She doesn't want to talk behind the camera. So we'll do this. Alright. Alright. That's just skin. Okay. So we're going to switch over and she's going to show you the pepper. Then we'll start cooking the vegetables and make the flatbread.
Hi, I'm Susie. I'm Judy's mom. And the reason we're doing this video is because it's really important that moms train their daughters and their sons as well how to cook and how to do things in their family life. And I have a daughter, Judy, who's getting married. So now is the time that, even though all her life I've been trying to train her, we're just going to do a little extra things. So we're sharing this with all of you. So what I'm doing right now is cutting up a pepper. And there's not really much to cutting of a pepper. But I'm going to suggest that you start at the bottom if you're not going to use the whole thing. Because when you hold on to this part holds the seeds. And the seeds are what keep it from going limp on you. And it'll last a lot longer. So if you're only going to use part of it, just cut from the bottom. Put it in a bag and put it in the refrigerator and it'll last a few more days. But we're going to use the whole thing because flatbread with this is just so delicious. And if you have a garden, don't throw this away. Put this in your compost. I have a compost and this is going in there with all the onion skins and everything else. So we're just cutting this up and then we're going to saute it in a little bit of olive oil, or in our case we're going to use avocado oil, which is a very non-tasting but high quality oil. Can handle high temperatures and it's GMO free. That's important.
Alright, so we have the onions, peppers, and mushrooms in here. And I'm going to add a clove of garlic. This is a nice garlic press. A lot of places sell them. This one's Pampered Chef. Because you can stick the skin in there and then you just squeeze. And you can see all the garlic, and it comes with this nice little tool that you can scrape it off with. And sometimes, if you're lucky, the skin comes right off. Otherwise, this time wasn't so lucky. You just scrape it off there. Unless you want your hands to smell like garlic, and then you can pick at it with your fingers.
Just so you know, there's prongs there. You can push it up.
I got it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, now we're going to start the actual grilled flatbread part. My mom's going to read me what I'm supposed to mix in this bowl.
We're going to start with the dry ingredients. So we want 1.5 cups of flour.
Okay.
1.5 teaspoons of baking powder.
I just need both of these, right?
Yeah. And that was 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Now she's mixing that up. Now she's going to add the yogurt. We have 1 cup of yogurt, Greek yogurt, nice firm yogurt.
And if you don't have Greek yogurt, because we've made this before and we ran out of Greek yogurt, you can substitute it for sour cream. But the Greek yogurt does taste better. But with the sour cream, especially if you do half and half, it tastes just fine.
So she's going to mix that up, and then she's going to add a really nice rub to it. That's just a spice. You can use anything that you like, but we're going to use the bell pepper rub. She's going to add 1 tablespoon of the rub. The dough looks kind of dry when you're first starting to knead it, but we're going to knead this for 5 minutes. And as I continue to do this, it's just going to come together. It's going to moisten up. Everything's going to, just work really nicely. I'm going to start kneading it on this mat I have here, made of silicone. Wonderful thing to have. Everybody should have at least one. So I'm going to start doing this. To knead, just so you know, I'm going to turn on my timer. You use your palm of your hand and you press down and you fold. Press down and fold. That's how you knead. So you'll know that your dough is ready to roll when it's nice and elastic feeling, but it doesn't stick to you. That's why having a little flour that you might need to add to it, just be ready with that. And just so you know, I made this the other day with a Pampered Chef gluten-free flour. Worked great. Doesn't taste as good as regular flour, but if you can't eat gluten, it's a great option for you to have. So at the end now, and it's time to turn the timer off. We're going to split this into 2. I've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees, and I've got our double burner griddle preheating right now because we're going to just cook it for a few minutes on each side on the double burner griddle. And before I do that, I'm rolling this out. A little flour so it won't stick. This makes 2 nice size flatbreads. You've seen flatbreads in the store. They're so popular right now. But there's nothing like fresh flatbread in your house. It's so easy. 5 minutes for the dough. Any kind of topping you want. It can be jalapenos. It can be black olives. Whatever you like. It can be chicken. You could put shrimp, fish. Keep it vegetarian. The sky's the limit. That's how great this is. And you don't want this to be too thin. You don't want it to be thick either. So you can see, holds a nice shape. Couldn't do this with the gluten-free version, I tell you that, because that's not quite as solid as this is. But this is wonderful. We're going to take it to the no, we're not. We're going to put some oil on here. Just a little bit of oil so it doesn't stick to the pan. So I put the pan on, the flatbread on the pan, excuse me. Now I'm just going to paint the other side. These are made with silicone, so much better than the old-fashioned nylon bristles, which would fall apart so easily and end up in your food. This is just the way to do it. You can find them everywhere. Alright, so it's time to flip this. You can do this on the grill. They do call for that, but I killed my grill, and it was a sad thing. So I use this all the time now. But watch this. See how pretty that is? We're just going to do it again. It's going to cook just for another few minutes. We'll cook the other one, and then we'll fill the toppings and stick it in the oven. The oven's preheating, like I said, for 400 degrees.
Alright, so we're going to grate the cheese. If you're thinking, well, grocery stores sell cheese that are already grated, why waste time doing this? There is an ingredient in grated cheese, cellulose? Cellulose?
Yes, cellulose.
Okay, cellulose, which I used to think was the fat in like your leg, and when I say used to think, I meant like up until like 2 weeks ago. But just come to find out, it's like wood shavings, and it makes it so it doesn't stick together, which is super gross, because I don't want to eat wood shavings, or even something of the same consistency. So if you buy your own block of cheese and just spend a little time grating it yourself, you save yourself from eating wood shavings. So we have our flatbread here, and we have our cooked vegetables, and they both turned out really nice. So I'm just gonna spread some of these on here, and then we'll add cheese. The other flatbread is still cooking. Okay.
So go ahead.
So here's what they look like before they go into the oven. And the oven was set for 400 degrees. We'll stick this in here. For how long?
Till they're done, which is about 10 minutes.
Okay. Alright, so we have the two out of the oven here. We cut a piece so that I could try it. Don't like eating with people watching me, but I don't want this to be like one of those cook shows where they say, this is so delicious, you have to try it, and it's really not, and you go to that place and try it, and you're like, this is disgusting, why did I watch that? So I'll be honest, although I have tried this before, so I know it's good. It's still hot, so I hope I don't burn myself. Yep, still good. Definitely worth trying. Super easy to make. Hope you enjoyed watching. See you next time.